everybody and welcome back to Lozzie Loves Lippy. Today I am going to do a kind of fresh, pretty, girly makeup look using my Makeup Revolution Redemption Palette Iconic 3, which is a dupe for the Naked 3 by Urban Decay. You can probably tell from the fact that it's been barely touched that I haven't used it all that much. So I'm just going to plunk it on my face and see what happens. So if you want to see the possible carnage that ensues, keep watching. I'm going to start off with my usual Nivea Daily Essentials Express Hydration Primer. And I'm just going to use that kind of like a moisturiser, but it really, just threw it on the floor. It really does help hydrate and keep my makeup on. So I'm going to use an old favourite of mine, which is the 17 Skin Wow 3-Way Highlighter, and I'm going to just put that on before my foundation. Sometimes I'll mix it in with my foundation, but I really like my foundation and I don't want to change the texture of it or anything, so I thought I would put a wee bit on before, just to kind of help that glow. So that's that done. I'm not sure if you can see that it's slightly luminous. Is that the word? And next I'm going to take my Rimmel Last in Finish 25R Nude and just this eBay brush, and just going to take a couple of pumps of that. You've seen me do my foundation loads if you've watched any of my other videos, so I'm just going to speed through this. So that's the foundation done. It's not sitting as well as it normally does, which is a pain in the ass. So I'm not sure if it was a wise idea using that 3-in-1 skin mal thing, but we'll let it settle, and if needs be I'll just spray some setting spray on it because that usually settles things. Next I am going to do my brows. For this I'm going to just come in a little bit closer, but I'm not going to do like a full-on brow thing because we'll be here for an eternity. So now we're up close and personal. I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution Aqua Brow Tint. I think this is in Fair. I'm not too sure. It's either in Fair or Light, and I've got both of them, but this one matches me a bit better. Why am I looking down there? I'm talking. This one matches me a bit better, and I'm using this angle brush from Red Beauty Brushes, and I just take a teeny tiny wee bit of this on the back of my hand, and that's probably way too much actually. Oh well. This stuff's only £3, and you only do need a tiny little, and you only do need a tiny little bit to get your brows completely done, so it's actually really good. So I'm just dipping my brush in that and picking up not too much product, and then I start on the top edge and just kind of go in sideways motions like you would do with anything, I suppose. And then at the front I go in upwards motions and then kind of blend it to the side. You see that? So I'm just going to go and do the other one now. So there we have my finished brows. That's probably as close as I'm going to get them. So I'm going to now move on to eye makeup. So for eyes I'm going to start off with my normal primer, and I'm just going to make sure I don't have any lines of creased foundation, and then I am going to just, if I can open it with one hand, I'm just going to pop a bit in the back of my hand and smooth it on all over my eye, up to my brow bone and inner corner and kind of everywhere. This one's pretty liquidy, so a little goes a long way, which is good. So eyes are primed. I'm going to go in with, well, these shades won't have names, I'll just put that out there first of all, but this really shimmery pink one, just second in, and I'm going to put that all over my lid with this Nancy blending brush. Now, I don't have the Naked 3, so I can't even tell you which, you know, shades these compare to, but I've seen reviews of them, and I did a review of the Iconic 2, which was the Naked 2 dupe, and they basically compare side by side with them. So if you do have the, oh, creased already. If you do have the Naked 3, then you could always just go by that. This is only £4, this palette, so it's a bargain. So that's that bit done, and next I'm going to just wipe off the excess on that same brush. It's kind of fluffy, but it's kind of flat at either ends. It's not like too domed, so it's good for kind of multi-purpose. And I'm going to go in with a matte shade, and I'm going to go in with this one here. It's kind of like a taupey mauvey brown, if that makes sense. And I'm just taking that through the crease. I might blend this out with another brush, just to make sure that it's diffused properly and there's no harsh lines. But I just want this for a bit of definition and to blend that shimmery colour out as well. I'm kind of taking it in the outer corner as well. So I'm just taking a bit on the kind of outer third a wee bit as well. And yeah, I'm going to get a fluffy blending brush and just blend the edges of that now. So I'm taking this blending brush, which is, I don't know where it's from, and I'm just going to blend out the edges. And then I'm going to take a darker colour just actually in the socket line, just to deepen that up a bit further. And I'm going to take it on that same brush. And I'm going to take the darker matte brown shade there. This one isn't quite as pigmented as the rest, but it's alright. Let's blend a wee bit in there as well. So that's that bit, and just to darken it up a wee bit more, and I'm going to use this along the lash line, and I'm going to use a wee bit of it in the outer corner on an angled brush. It's just this very last kind of plummy, blackened plum kind of shade. So I've got this little angled brush, I think I got it from Amazon, and I'm just going to take that plummy shade on the, I think actually I'm just going to put it on the lash line for a bit of definition. So sometimes I'll wet the angle brush to give a bit more of a full-on effect, you know, like you would with an eyeliner. But with this one I want to keep it quite kind of subtle, or hopefully it will be subtle. Well, it's not that subtle, is it? So I'm just kind of putting it along the top lash line and winging it out ever so slightly. If you can see, just along there. I'm just kind of doing the bottom outside third to join them up, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side, and tapping off any excess in the back of my hand as well because I don't want any fallout. And then I'm just going to blend it out ever so slightly, and I'm going to blend it out with that first pink shimmery shade on that same brush that I've been using. Just to kind of soften it up. Sorry guys, the camera battery cut out. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Anyway, what I just did there was take the lightest shade on my Real Techniques base shadow brush and just run that under my brow and in my inner corner. So you can see that there. And next I'm going to just do some mascara, and I'm going to take the Benefit They're Real mascara. I'm not doing too much under my eyes because I don't want this to turn into like a real smoky smudgy look. I think the top is enough, so I'm just going to take some mascara. And then I'm just going to take a bit on my bottom lashes as well. So that's the mascara done. And next I'm going to go on to concealer, and I'm using my eraser from Maybelline Light. I think it's just in light, but I'm just putting a bit under my eyes, wee bit down my nose, wee bit of my cupid's bow, wee bit of my chin, and tiny bit in the middle of my forehead. And I'm going to blend that out with this pointed kabuki kind of brush. So that's the concealer done. Next is cheeks. My brushes really need a good wash, by the way, so I do apologise, but I'm going to take my Milani blush in Dolce Pink and my, I can open it, and my, what do you call this brush? MUA F2 stippling brush. This blush is quite shimmery, so just be aware of that if you're using it. It's actually quite glittery, so you don't need all that much. I'm kind of just focusing it on the tops of my cheeks, the apples, and kind of backwards. So there. Just going to quickly set that all in place with my Rimmel Stay Matte in transparent. I'm just going to kind of do that under the eyes and just where you can see it right now. Not all that much. And I'm going to use what I've been using as a mirror this whole time. It's the Makeup Revolution Radiant Light Powder in Breathe, and it looks like this, and I'm just going to dust that all over my face for a bit of a glow. This is quite subtle, so that's why I like it. Not sure if you can even see. I'm going to go with quite a soft lip, and I'm going to use this Revlon Colour Burst Matte Balm. I'm going to put a bit of gloss over the top, I think, but this is in Elusive. So that's it with a matte lip. I quite like that actually. I don't really wear this an awful lot at all, but since it's a pretty girly whatever makeup lip, I'm going to use a lip gloss. I'm going to use one of these 17 mini lip lusters. I'm going to use this shade. It's just like a light pink. I don't think it has a name, and it's got a bit of shimmer in it. So it's just like that. These are actually quite nice. I got them half price in the airport. So I'm just going to put that in the center of my lips. So there you have it. That is my pretty girly pink kind of themed makeup look. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's something a bit different for me actually. It's probably not different to what everybody else does, but it's different to what I normally do. So I hope you like it. If you have, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, please subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Bye!